Well, once again, I'm here to say that I'm going to do another challenge and once again push myself outside my usual genres. I'm just looking for something a little different as kind of a filler or palate cleanser books. So I found what I think could be the perfect solution, and that is the Cozy Mystery Bingo. Now, I found this channel by watching the channel Books and Running with a Fish. Definitely check them out. And this was created though by Louise at Fox and Fairy Tales channel, which you should also check out. Now, I need you to know right away, I've never read any cozy mysteries before. Do I know if I like them? No. However, again, like most of the stuff I read is pretty dark at times, like books you finish and you feel like you've been punched in the gut, or books that you have to stare at the wall after you finish them because they're just so heartbreaking and gut-wrenching. So I do need palate cleansers in between those, and usually I reach for romance. However, except for like my Jane Austen and Atmosphere, I'm a little burnt out of romance. I think I've read more romance in the last few months than I have in like 2 years. So I need a break. Now, since I have no idea what I'm doing because I've never read one, I watched a bunch of people's videos. I also cross-referenced it with my library. Some I really want to read they didn't have, and I didn't want to have to go out and buy them. So here is the selection I came up with. Now, by no means am I going to try to black out this whole list. Instead, I'm going for a specific row. I'm going for row 2, and these are the books that I'm hoping to read. However, if you have any recommendations, you think I should switch one out, please leave your comments down below. I really don't know what I'm doing. So the first prompt that we're trying to get is the beautiful cover. And I chose for that one the Body in the Back Garden by Mark Waddell, and I've actually already picked this up. I chose this one because it fits another kind of goal of mine this year, which is to definitely read more Canadian literature. I realize I read an embarrassing low amount of Canadian literature. I haven't even read any Margaret Atwood. I haven't read Anne of Green Gables. I'm truly being a bad Canadian, so I wanted a cozy mystery that was from a Canadian author. And this definitely fits the prompt because this is my dream. It's situated on Vancouver Island. You have this beautiful, like those little post-stamp World War II houses in the Craftsman style. And if I could be in any world, I think I finally found the answer. It's this one. Just ignore the body in the garden, and then it's perfect. So this one follows Luke, and his aunt ends up passing away, and he ends up getting her cottage as well as her antique shop. The thing is, though, he hasn't been back in 20 years since his family completely disowned him after they found out he was gay. So he's not looking to set any roots. He wants to sell both of these and move back to Toronto as fast as he can. Unfortunately, a murder happens and the body ends up in his yard, so he's not going anywhere soon. In fact, he becomes the main suspect, and he has to use his investigative skills to claim his innocence so that he can move on. So far, I'm only 50 pages in, but I'm really enjoying it. It's super fast moving, like everything that is in the synopsis has like already happened. So I'm interested to see where this goes. Then for our next prompt, we have Unusual Job or Hobby. And for this one, I picked A Grimm's Reaper's Guide to Catching a Killer by Max Daria. This one I almost bought last year, and I wish I did because the books I ended up picking up were just crap anyways, and I just love this cover. Honestly, I could probably put this as a beautiful cover as well. I just think the artwork and the color is really pretty, and the artwork and the whole theme of this book really does remind me of The Sims. Now, in this one, we have Kathy Valance is mid-divorce, she's pregnant with her ex's baby, and she is a modern-day Grim Reaper, which is actually the only part of her life that's going well, until she actually loses one of the souls she's reaped. When she finds the soul, he's adamant that he did not die of natural causes, as the files said. In fact, he believes he was murdered. Now she has 45 days to solve whatever happened to him, or else his soul is bound to Earth as a ghost forever. This sounds chaotic and super fun. I don't want anything too serious, so I like this kind of paranormal element to it. I think it could be really fun. Now, the next prompt is kind of hard and like almost impossible since I've never read any cozy fantasy. I have no idea what I like. So for this one, I went with a recommendation and one that was like a historical fiction cozy mystery because I like historical mysteries. So that felt like a good bet. So for this one, I picked Crocodile on the Sandbank by Elizabeth Peters because it came recommended by an Oasis of Books. And she commented that the relationship of the two characters in this book is actually the inspiration for the relationship that you see in The Mummy. Felt like a no-brainer. It also gets really good reviews, so this is going to be my 5-star predictions. In this one, you have Amelia Peabody, and she's heading to Egypt. When she's in Egypt for her adventure, she ends up rescuing a young woman named Evelyn who's been abandoned by her scoundrel lover. They head up the Nile together to an archaeological site when things start going wrong. With a botched kidnapping, Amelia Peabody is rightly suspicious that something is happening and harm is coming to Evelyn. Sounds like a lot of fun. Next prompt we have is the crafting one. This one I chose Murder Can Mess Up Your Masterpiece by Rose Perzesi. In this one we have Celeste. She is an artist. She's traveling with her chihuahua and her little trailer, and she sells her art creations at fairs. Oh, also her dog's name is Van Gogh, which is fitting and cute. And she's at this fair, she's selling paintings until someone who bought a previous painting brings it back and claims that it's haunted. So business isn't doing too hot. Then one night, the ghost actually visits her and Celeste realizes she has psychic abilities. Of course, then a murder happens, the manager of the fair ends up with a knife in his neck, and it's up to her and her paranormal abilities to solve the crime. I like this, honestly, or picked this because of the cover and because it had crafting in it, it's painting, and I like a paranormal element. Again, I'm just looking for chaotic and fun, a nice palette cleanser. Also, the little trailer on it I thought was really cute. I actually lived in a trailer for 5 years, even though it made my mom endlessly upset, but I had so much fun, so I'm really looking forward to this story. Then the next prompt is the easiest prompt because I could have picked literally any book. This is new to me author. Again, I haven't tried any of these authors. But for this one, I picked a book that was another recommendation from an Oasis of Books, and that is Check In for Murder by Lauren Garcia. In this one, Natalie inherits a hotel and bakery in central Mexico after her grandmother dies. When a guest is murdered and the main suspect is the head baker, things start to go wrong. In order to save her business, she has to both solve the crime and revamp the hotel. But time is running out. I chose this one because it sounds really interesting, and because I'm going to Mexico, I thought this could be a fun read to actually pick up and bring with me on my travels. But again, I have no idea what I'm doing. So if you guys have recommendations that you think I personally would like better, please leave them down below. And I don't think I'll be able to black this out, but if I really like it, who knows, I could use a lot more suggestions and for what prompt they may fill. We'll see you in the next one.